Welcome everybody to the go home show before the first ever Revolution pay-per-view Risk and Reward. We got a big show here tonight featuring a main event, a 6-person tag team match between Mutually Assured Destruction and Red versus Hale, Zaza and Ricci. But tonight I wanted to address the Women's Championship picture. As you know, there is no #1 contender to the title since Hall retained against Matura and Walker a few weeks ago. So I have come up with a brilliant solution. Tonight there will be 2 Fatal 4-Way matches. The winner of those matches will face at Risk and Reward in the opening match of the card. Then the winner of that match will go on to face Caitlin Hall later that night for the Revolution Women's Championship. It's a tough ask for 2 matches in one night from you women, but since the theme of the pay-per-view is Risk and Reward, I hope it's a risk you're willing to make. Also, I'd like to ask the roster whether or not anyone has seen Nicky Hagan. Last week he disappeared after his match and I have not seen or heard from him since. If anyone knows where he is or if anyone is involved in his disappearance, please let me know immediately. Also, with regards to the Feast and Fired ladder match, the final 2 slots have been filled, I can confirm. But you will have to wait until the pay-per-view to find out who they are going to be. So be sure to tune in because it is going to be one hell of a pay-per-view, I can promise you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to World Internet Wrestling. Yes, we're back, of course we are. You guys have shown way too much support to give up on you guys now. You guys have been with us maybe since the beginning, maybe just recently, but the support you guys have shown has been absolutely unreal. We will be making some minor changes in the background, but otherwise pretty much everything's going to stay the same for now. And of course, this is a very big night as it is the go home show to the Risk and Reward pay-per-view, where the championships for some of them will be defended for the first time, and of course we'll have that massive Feast and Fired match. Of course we won't even know the final 2 participants in that match until we get to the Feast and Fired pay-per-view, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens there and how that one's going to go down. But first up, of course, one of our 2 Fatal 4-Way matches tonight, and the 2 winners of these Fatal 4-Way matches have a massive opportunity presenting themselves. Please excuse me, I'm still not, I'm not quite back to my usual self. It's been a while since I've had to do this, of course. Kimmy Lynn out first in this Fatal 4-Way. The 2 Fatal 4-Way winners will go to open Risk and Reward pay-per-view, and the winner of that match will then go later into the show and face against the champion Caitlin Hall for the Revolution Women's Championship. It's a big ask to do 2 matches in one night, but it is doable. It has been done in the past, and it is possible to win 2 matches in one night. It's just a matter of whether or not these girls want it bad enough. And of course, we have to do the Fatal 4-Way because the women's division is just so stacked. We've narrowed down a few of them recently, with, of course, by singling it, the general manager making it clear that they're not getting another chance. Rachel Walker and who's the other one? I keep forgetting. Samantha Matua, that's the one. So they're not getting their opportunity just yet. So it'd be interesting to see who else can step up now. Caitlin Hall, she's already had to deal with one massive and that was the triple threat. And she walked out of that one with the title. And she'll be hoping, especially with a fresher advantage, I guess, to walk out the women's champion come Risk and Reward. No one wants to lose their championship at the very first pay-per-view. And remember, of course, this pay-per-view is all about proving yourself. If you don't impress, then you're never going to get anywhere. You've got to show how impressive you can be. But also remember, for this pay-per-view, it's also about showing off the brand. If the brand does well, and you guys love it,
then we will continue to post pay-per-views for these shows, but only on the occasion where we have a joint branded pay-per-view. Brianna Skeens making her way down to the ring, and of course looking to emulate the form of her brother Brad Skeens, but in a much more darker way than we'd expect from the main roster man himself, the WIW champion. Next down to the ring, someone who's trying to get better form, if not excel on her own, is Diana Oxley, who hasn't had the best of start to life in WIW. Picked up a win, but only the one win so far for Diana Oxley. And now she has another chance at a Fatal 4-Way. She was a part of the Fatal 4-Way not too long ago, I believe, and Kendo actually ended up winning that match. But she looked impressive again, KO Oxley, the queen of the backbreaker, making her way down to the ring again. And with KO Oxley and Carter James one win away from potentially getting themselves a shot at the Tag Team Championships again, the vacant Tag Team Championships, can Diana Oxley complete the set for them and help them become, by the end of the month, the Women's Champion on Revolution and the Fight Night Tag Team Champions? What a set that would be for Oxley, James, and Oxley, I guess. But she's here to cement her own legacy. I bring up a lot of the family a lot because we believe in tradition here in WIW, but it is important that everyone stands out on their own. And here's someone who has no ties to family here in WIW and can make her name on her own. It is Keisha Love, who had a pretty impressive debut. I believe her debut was actually in a Fatal 4-Way. And now Keisha Love's going to get the opportunity to step up again and show what she can do. And all these women, some of these, especially people like Keisha Love, haven't had as much of an opportunity to step up as everybody else has to the development brand. But it's a big opportunity to get yourself on the way and get yourself a win. We know, of course, the women who show themselves off the best are the ones who are going to get those pushes. And of course, there are a few women absent in this little segment. Rachel Walker, of course, and Samantha Matua will not be getting another opportunity, just as commanded by the general manager. And of course, Cody Hale has otherwise occupied herself, as she will be entering the Feast of Fire match in what will be the first intergender pay-per-view match, bar the Royal Rumble, on the main roster. Bell rings, and away we go. And look at that, there's a sling blade to start us off there by Diana Oxley, and we are straight back to where we left off, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god! Keisha Love with a spear through the ropes. And it doesn't look like Love or Oxley are going to be showing any love tonight. Straight out the gate with some explosive moves as a knee, as Kimmy Lynn is taken to the outside. Kimmy Lynn, of course, has had family in WIW, but only a part of the Road to Glory tournament. And that's exactly what she was. But she is the sister of Brooklyn. Brooklyn did well, but then she was destroyed by the eventual winner. Oh, look at Keisha! Keisha Love flying over the top, just missing there, though. So these women will face the winner of the other Fatal 4-Way match that will happen later on tonight, but we've got a jam-packed show in between all that. Oh, look at that, crashing her into the barricade. These women are not taking the foot off the gas. They know how important this opportunity could be. And big strikes either way, and now Kimmy Lynn and Brianna Skeens meeting each other in the ring as the last women standing, but an inverted DDT on the counter by Brianna. And Oxley, is she going to come in and chase down Brianna, or is she going to make a move for Keisha? It looks like Keisha and Diana are going to make a move for each other, and Keisha throws Diana right into the pole. And now, look at this, Brianna with a full head of steam. Oh, and a frog splash off the springboard, essentially, onto the off the ropes. A jam-packed show tonight. Charles Black will get one more open challenge matchup in before the pay-per-view. There's a beautiful dive there by Kimmy Lynn straight into the cover off the dive. Is that going to be enough? Kick out there. So we got one more Charles Black matchup before his big rematch with Cody Danger. The match has been building for months, and that will collide in a no-holds-barred match at the Risk and Reward pay-per-view. And of course, we also have tonight in the main event a six-man tag team match. I say six-man, six-person tag team match, as Cody Hale will team with Zaza and Franco the Madman Ricci to take on Mutually Assured Destruction and Red. in what will be build up, of course, to the risk and reward ladder match, in the feast or fired match that could determine some's career and it could end someone else's. Another cover in the ring by Lynn, and she couldn't get it done there. And of course, the Women's Championship, as we know, will be on the line. It will be the winner of this Fatal 4-Way taking on the winner of the next Fatal 4-Way for a chance to win that match. Of course, whoever is going to win that is at a massive disadvantage of the fact they have to fight 2 matches. But I suppose since she's had to do 2 title matches in the space of a month, it's only fair that she gets some kind of assurance that this one she doesn't have to work as hard for. Think about how much effort she had to go through to retain in the last one in that triple threat. Look at this. Lynn, pile driver, sit-out pile driver. Drilling the head down of Brianna Skeens. Keisha Love rolling out of harm's way there off that DDT, and Diana Oxley tossed out to the ring. But look at this. Lynn's going to make chase. I thought maybe getting her out of the way to make the cover on Skeens, but instead, no, that's not what's happened. Keisha Love right now curling around. What's she thinking here? Oh, look at this. She collides with Lynn, landing the strikes, trying to get her up, and well countered there by Lynn. She's doing a fantastic job here of staying in control of Keisha Love for the second, but look at Brianna trying to get her revenge, and Keisha trying to take advantage, but still Lynn with the upper hand. Oh, there's a big knee strike though. Oh, look at Keisha. Oh, drills her head into the apron. Very nicely done. And Skeens, meanwhile, taking Diana Oxley into the ring. She's been down for quite some time, Oxley. She needs to start fighting back, or this could get problematic for a super kick to Keisha Love. And I don't even think Keisha saw that one coming. Meanwhile, Brooklyn, I was looking for a hurricane runner, but into an alley-oop bomb, and now Oxley turns her attention to Skeens, who plants her down with a spear. Now she can get rid of Keisha Love. She can take this one right now. Drops her down. Can she now score the cover? I don't think she's going for it. She decides against it, maybe deciding that Keisha was still going to get herself involved, but Diana hit with the spear, the Skeens signature family spear, plants her down. Meanwhile, Keisha Love getting assaulted here by Brianna Skeens. Beautiful move and a leg drop on the other side. Oxley in trouble now, especially after the spear was hit, but I think the referee called for a rope break. Poor judgment there on the part of Lynn. She could have had that match won. Brianna had already left the ring. She didn't even see what was happening. Meanwhile, Keisha Love continuing to focus on Lynn, kind of ignoring the fact that, you know, Brianna Skeens has been attacking her for the last couple of minutes. Oh, she ducks that clothesline, though. Very nicely done. Brianna backs herself into the corner, but she escapes well. And there's the neck snap, and follows through once again with a very nice neck snap. And right now, Brianna Skeens starting to build up a full head of steam. Oxley going to go back into the ring with Skeens. And Oxley and Skeens going to just work together here on Lynn. Lynn right now not having any of it. But look at this. Oh! What a cutter! An amazing cutter to Diana Oxley, who's already had to suffer a spear. Is Lynn going to steal this? Yes, she is! No one in the ring to stop her with that cutter. What a move by Lynn. And she is going to risk and reward for a chance to face in a 2-match showdown, one of which featuring an opportunity for the Women's Championship. What a match. All these women put everything they had on the line. And in the end, Lynn, when she saw the opening, there was the cutter. And that was the match won for Lynn. I said in the last triple threat match, I'd edge her to win. I said she would be fantastic in this match as well, because she's proven to be fantastic in all of her matches so far. But a huge win for Lynn tonight. And she'll be taking on the winner of the next Fatal 4-Way at the opening of the Risk and Reward pay-per-view. It will be a risk to get 2 matches done in one night at the pay-per-view, but the reward being a Women's Championship opportunity. Can Lynn now go forward and take this opportunity to become the Women's Champion and face Caitlin Hall? She has one more challenger to deal with, and we'll find out who that is tonight. But a big start to tonight's show, and huge implications for the pay-per-view, which is just 2 short shows away. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, next up tonight, as I mentioned earlier, Charles Black, getting one more open challenge in here before the pay-per-view itself. At risk and reward, he will be going no holds barred with Cody Danger, who we haven't seen since the last time those two faced off. But Charles Black has been begging for a rematch ever since. Cody Danger has been messing with his face, with his head for a long time. I'm sure he's messing with his face as well. These two have been trying to get one up on each other without actually stepping into the ring. Charles Black has been begging him to get back in the ring, but he only came back to fight him under the orders of the general manager. What does that show you about Cody Danger? I don't know, but we'll see what happens. And as usual, we'll hand the mic over to Charles Black. Ellie, I can't tell you exactly what happened to Hagen, and to be honest, I don't really care. But let's be honest, we all know who it was that ruined my celebrations last week. Cody Danger. So you want to point fingers? Point it at him. Cody, your time is up, and I can't wait to finally get my hands on you. Remember that this is a no-holds-barred Danger. I will do whatever I want to do to you, and I will be allowed to. So be warned, your time of humiliating me is over. It's about time you get what you deserve, and I can't wait to give it to you. So whoever wants a fight tonight, come out here and get it over with now. Well, Charles Black issuing the challenge as always, with his usual cocky demeanor, and teasing that he will be getting the win at the pay-per-view. Tonight, though, Nate Express stepping up to the plate. This should be an interesting matchup for Nate Express. So far, he's had to deal with some tough tasks, including the likes of Colt Storm, who seems to never go away anymore. But Nate Express stepping up to the plate tonight, and a huge opportunity to do just that. We'll see how he's going to do, Nate Express. He hasn't had a big win yet. The only win he's ever had so far was back in the Road to Glory tournament, where he made it through to the second round, and he was eliminated at that time. But a big chance for Nate Express tonight to knock off Charles Black, who's already a very well-established name here in the Revolution brand. And we will see how Nate Express can do against him. The bell rings, and away we go. And you know Charles Black's going to need some momentum, especially after everything that went down last week. It was weird what happened last week, and I honestly have no idea to explain what happened. Charles Black is convinced that it was Cody Danger that was the reason for that happening, but I don't know. I didn't see him. I mean, it could have been him. I only saw glances of the man who took him out. I'm not sure if it was him or if it wasn't him, but Charles Black, regardless, he's 100% convinced that it was Cody Danger. And I mean, it goes with his MO. Cody Danger has been attacking him week after week. Just blindsided him, making him think that he's gonna, making him think that he can beat him. But right now, Charles Black is still, as usual, 100% confident. As he said just there, he's 100% confident that he will be walking out the win. And right now, he's not looking 100% confident against Nate Express here, who's come out the gate very strongly, I've got to say. Charles Black, these open invitational matches haven't exactly all gone his way. He's already suffered losses to Prince Brent Diamond and, of course, Malcolm Black as well. The Cody Danger as well. They haven't exactly been as successful as he would have liked, but he has had his wins as well, including Zaza being one of them. And, of course, Zaza going for the Feast and Fired match. Submission hold here by Nate Express, and decides to let it go. Maybe since the grip was loosening there, I could see Black starting to slip out. Oh, what a clothesline! An explosion by Charles Black, and he sends it to the outside. Charles Black, he hasn't had the best start in this match. Nate Express has been doing a very good job of keeping in control of the situation. Right now, stomping away on the back of the legs here is Charles Black. And a big shot to the gut, went for a DDT. Takes him out, the referee telling Nate Express and Charles Black to get back in the ring. And Nate Express is waiting inside the ring for him. Nate Express with a fantastic start in this matchup. Oh, look at this. Oh, and he gets caught turning and pays the price with a knee to the face and a headbutt to follow and a stomp. Look at this. It's just the brawlish style right now from Charles Black. beating him down with just punches and kicks in the ground. Every time he gets him down there, just wiping him out with it. Nate Express trying to stay tall, though. He's done very well so far in this match. And he's continuing on that trend. There's the escape there of the hold, but still couldn't capitalize on it. Charles Black straight back on top of him. Oh, but caught into an Alabama slam. Very nicely done there with the Alabama slam. And straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough? It's a 2. Worry signs maybe for Charles Black, though. Not showing as much confidence as he would like, especially coming into the big pay-per-view match that he's got waiting for him in a few weeks' time. And Charles Black plays the crowd. A very unliked crowd. The crowd does not like Charles Black in the slightest. Well, Black tried to take him off the apron there, but Nate Express saw it coming. And right now, Nate Express trying to find the opening that he had a moment ago, but he couldn't capitalize. And a running bulldog is what he's met with. Charles Black finally starting to find some rhythm into this match, spins him around. This could be problematic as he scoops him up and plants him down in the middle of the ring. And he's away from the ropes now, and that's a dangerous place to be. He could pay the price for it. Look at this. Rolling away on the neck just like Nate Express did to Charles Black a second ago. Karma comes back around, I guess, and Charles Black showing that off here. And Charles Black now, look at this. So confident, so poised. He goes into every match thinking that he is 100% going to walk out the winner of the contest. Because that's what he's like. But look at this. It's just been stomps and cheap shots while he's down. That's what Charles Black is all about. And now look at this. Trying to find a finishing touch as he drills his head into the apron. Straight into the cover. And Charles Black knocks off Nate Express. Just like that. Weren't the easiest of fights for him. Nate Express started off really well. He just couldn't carry the momentum the whole course of the match. That was probably his best attempt in that Alabama slam there off the counter at the rebound. And he got a very close 2 count there. But Charles Black just had the big moves to put it away. Found the opening here. And just drills his head right into the apron. And he is out like a very nicely done by Charles Black. A huge momentum booster coming into the Risk and Reward pay-per-view, which he's already made clear he knows he's going to win, no doubt in his mind. And that's the kind of confidence you need heading into a pay-per-view. A big victory for Charles Black there, but can he carry that forward now? Can he continue this winning way and continue at Risk and Reward and finally get the revenge he's been looking for on Cody Danger? Let's move on down the rest of tonight's card and we'll get one step closer to finding out. Well, Mark, we know you've got a big match coming up, so we won't take up much of your time. I just wanted to ask a quick question. What are your thoughts about the pay-per-view match that is coming up for the championship against Amari Williams? My thoughts are that it doesn't really affect me. You should be asking that question to Amari because, quite frankly, Amari should realize and recognize that he is messed up. He thinks picking me over Black was a good idea to face for the championship. He's got another thing coming. No, I know Williams is crafty, and I know he comes up with all these type of elaborate plans, and I was even a part of the last plan. So I am ready for anything he is going to throw at me. What I think he's forgotten is the reason he hired me in the first place, and that is because I am the most dangerous man in professional wrestling. And when we get to that pay-per-view and we step in that ring and I walk out the new Revolution champion, everyone will know how dangerous I really am. So enjoy holding the title while it lasts, Amari, because I won't just make sure everyone forgets you. I'm going to make sure that you forget to breathe. Well, some strong words there from Mark Williams, who we will be seeing later on tonight, so we'll keep an eye out for him. Mark Williams, of course, making it clear that he has no intentions of losing and wants to become the Revolution champion. And, of course, Amari Williams will be defending against Mark Williams for the Revolution championship at the pay-per-view for the very first time. Well, for the very second time, actually, as, of course, Johnny Black was the first person to attempt it, but Mark Williams getting this title match in exchange for taking out Johnny Black. And I'm sure we're not done with Johnny Black just yet, but he has suffered severe injuries that just kept him on the shelf for a little while. Next up, of course, the final Fatal 4-Way, the second of the two. And the winner of this will go on to face Kimmy Lynn in the opening contest of Risk and Reward. And the winner of that match will then face, on the same night, Caitlin Hall for the Women's Championship. A huge night. It's a huge risk, but a reward nonetheless is the championship. First woman down to the ring is Kendall. Now, Kendall recently won a Fatal 4-Way match, including Joyce Andrews, Diana Oxley, and I'm tempted to say Kimmy Lynn. So maybe she has, I'm not sure 100%, but it seems like she has the experience to win these Fatal 4-Way matches. But someone who we know also has the ability to win any match that's put in front of her. She tends to struggle on the big occasions. That's what she's become to known so far, but she's made it clear that she has no intention of being declared a loser. And you can't call her a loser, really. She's lost like 2 matches in her entire career. She's been very confident, very poised, and it's no surprise to see that once again Joyce Andrews continues her chase for the Revolution Championship in the women's division. Joyce Andrews, who showed in the Road to Glory Season 2 tournament how good she really was, and she has just continued to show how great she is ever since. She's been a fantastic fighter here in Revolution, has knocked off many names. Of course, was a part of the first championship match in that triple threat, where Caitlin Hall did win the championship. She was part of the reason why. I'm not sure if she was the one who was pinned, not 100% certain, but right now she needs to step up here tonight because she's starting to develop the wrong type of image for herself. She doesn't want to be known as that person who can't win the big one. So a chance tonight for Joyce Andrews to re-establish herself, rebuild. And you know, if we get that one-on-one opportunity with Caitlin Hall, I'm sure Joyce Andrews would love to get another shot at getting that championship back from her. Bianca is out next. And it's been a long time between drinks here for Bianca. Haven't seen much of her. Last time, I believe, was in that Battle Royal where Samantha Matua essentially won the match, but due to an unfair elimination on Rachel Walker. But tonight, she's out here, and Bianca ready to stamp her name into the history books here in Revolution. Could become the second ever Revolution Women's Champion, of course. She hasn't had a chance to stand out yet, but tonight, the symbol of fear and hope, depending on how you see her, steps up tonight and tries to get the job done and get herself a shot. Remember, the winner will face Kimmy Lynn first for a chance to go on later that night to face the women's champion. It's going to be difficult. No one said it was going to be easy, but they're going to have to see how it goes. If they want to be the women's champion, you've got to take the risk. And that's what this pay-per-view is all about. It's about risk for reward. And that's exactly something that Diana knows all about. She has had the risk. She hasn't exactly had the reward. She's taken the risky road of taking on Samantha Matua head-on before. Unfortunately, she hasn't quite been rewarded for it, as Matua flattened her a few weeks ago. And Diana hasn't really gotten an opportunity since. But now tonight, she has another opportunity. Can Diana step up and potentially go on to face Kimmy Lynn? In the early stages of the women's division, it is important for women to stand out, especially with the big women's division that we have here in Revolution. Diana has definitely stood out, but maybe for the wrong reasons so far, making a name for herself as a bit of a troublemaker. We'll see if she can convert that into a win here tonight. It's going to be an interesting contest between these 4 women. Remember, the winner will face Kimmy Lynn in the opening contest at Risk and Reward. The bell rings and away we go. And that is going to be an interesting contest. Whoever is going to walk out the winner, Kimmy Lynn, as I said she would win the last Fatal 4-Way. Yes, she didn't, but she won tonight's Fatal 4-Way. Kimmy Lynn, I favour her on most nights. She is a fantastic wrestler from what she has shown. Must run in the family, because Brooke Lynn has a fantastic wrestler as well. She's shown her abilities more than often enough. But these 4 women, I reckon, some of them could win that match. Bianca hasn't really had a chance to show herself, but she's got off to a strong start here. We'll see if she can capitalise. Joyce Andrews, who I believe actually encountered Brooke Lynn in the Road to Glory tournament. You can see how that went. And now, right now, oh, look at this. The shots to the gut of Diana. And Diana kicked down, and right now, being double teamed here by Bianca and Joyce Andrews. And as Kendall has left the ring, just rolled out from safety. Diana right now getting ambushed by Bianca and Joyce Andrews, who've worked together pretty well here to start off. Kendall trying to get some revenge now as she re-enters the matchup. Trying to go straight back for Bianca. Kendall, we've already seen what she can do. We've seen in that last Fatal 4-Way her walk out the winner. Of course, that wasn't for anything important other than pride and some reputation built up, and this is exactly what you need in the women's division. And now, with one more Fatal 4-Way win, she could be on for a big opportunity at the Women's Championship of the pay-per-view. If she can find the win here tonight? But Diana with a jawbreaker. Diana and Bianca now starting to gang up on Kendall. And right now, this has been looking more like a tag match than anything else. Joyce Andrews and oh, look at that! Right as I was about to say, Joyce Andrews and Kendall been working together. Kendall abandons that relationship pretty quickly. And Joyce Andrews no longer in that working relationship with her now. And now Diana left alone with Kendall in the ring. Can she capitalize on the space? You don't get much of it in these championship match, in these Fatal 4-Way matchups. You don't get a lot of space. But right now it's presented itself to one of these women. And a big drop kick to the back. Meanwhile, Joyce Andrews, clearly not seeing that the alliance has gone out the window, is turned on her as well. But look at that. Just shrugged off there as she was going for that hip attack in the corner. The massive arm drag over the top of the arm. Over the top of the body. And the double knees now by Kendall. Oh my god. What a dive by Bianca. She went straight into the cover, but Kendall saw it coming. Oh, look at Kendall. Kendall rolls through. It's not a rope break. Kendall to get the win. Oh, but she rolls through. And the referee's not called a rope break on that one. Oh, she got it. Bianca stole it, but that's not a rope. That was a rope break. The referee doesn't call it, but that is a rope break. Look, this is the ending right here. The double knees and the springboard. There was the cover, and then she rolls through. We'll check this out again. As you can see, nowhere near the ropes on this one. That's not a rope break. But then look at this one. Rolls through, and I don't know, because I don't even know if this was no disqualification or not, because the last one had a rope break. The last Fatal 4-Way had a rope break, if you remember, in that matchup. And I mean, it doesn't matter now. Bianca's got it, but controversial there. Well, it doesn't matter regardless. She's got the win. Bianca and Lynn will be facing each other in the opening of the Risk and Reward pay-per-view for a chance to face Caitlin Hall for the Women's Championship later that night. A huge victory there. Big controversial victory, but a big victory nonetheless for Bianca. I said you have to do anything you can to stand out. That is the way you'd get it done. Bianca with a huge win tonight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, we're here with the Revolution champion, Amari Williams. Amari, you heard the comments made by Mark Williams earlier on today. We just wanted to get your take on what you thought he was talking about, or if you have anything to say to Mark Williams. Well, personally, Jacobs, you know, he's right. He is a professional, he is dangerous, and that's exactly why I hired him to do the job in the first place and deal with the threat of Charles Black. But what he seems to be forgetting is that I still got the job done. I still pinned the man. I still won the Royal Rumble at the very beginning, even when he was still in it. Mark Williams is convinced that I am going to slip up, that I am going to let this one slide. But I made a promise to everyone in WIW that I will never be forgotten, and I intend to stand by that. I will not be erased. I will be here forever, and as promised, I will hold this championship forever. So Mark Williams, you can swing your best shot. You can try and lock in that chokehold on me. You can hit me with a knee or several knees. You can do whatever you have to, but I promise you, you will not keep me down for a count of 3. You will not make me tap out, and you will find out the hard way at the pay-per-view that the Forgotten One will never lose the championship. Last up tonight before the tag team matchup. A chance to check out once again the #1 contender, Mark Williams, who's had to go through a lot of trials to get this championship matchup, including literally injuring the last challenger for the championship in Johnny Black. And of course his injuries were quite severe, as the general manager made it clear he's going to be out for quite some time. But the general manager has made it clear that the second he gets back, he is entitled to a rematch clause. The general manager has made it abundantly clear. And as you just heard there from Mark Williams, from Amari Williams, he has no intention of letting the title go at risk and reward. Well, he took the risk of hiring this man to take out his last challenger in exchange of becoming the new challenger himself. Will he get the reward of becoming the champ, Mark Williams, or will Amari Williams be rewarded for taking the risk of taking out Johnny Black? It's all about risk and reward at this upcoming pay-per-view, and that's exactly why it's called Risk and Reward. Mark Williams, the hitman for hire, down to the ring now after taking out several people to prove it. The general manager made him work for that match. He made him prove that he was worthy of an opportunity, and there's no doubt that he's a fantastic wrestler, a lethal fighter, the ability to knock out anyone with either a swift knee to the jaw with the GTS or to make him suffocate with that massive chokehold from behind. It's a fantastic opportunity that presents itself here tonight for his opponent, and that opponent is Jackson Wagner, someone we haven't seen for quite some time. He returned a little while ago to the brand, and he has been a fantastic fighter. As you remember in the Road to Glory tournament, Jackson Wagner returning tonight and hoping to get the opportunity to show himself once again. We've seen he's a fantastic wrestler, German wrestler, very powerful wrestler because he's a traditional style fighter. Will favor a suplex over a fancy stunt from the top any day of the week. But tonight has a huge opportunity, and as I say, every time a champion or a contender comes out, if you want to prove yourself, this is the way to do it. Bell rings and away we go, and Mark Williams locking straight up with Jackson Wagner, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the type of fighting that Jackson Wagner loves to do, and those collar and elbow tie-ups was always going to favor him, but look at this, straight into a head scissors, well escaped there by Mark Williams, but instead, well countered. Mark Williams needs the momentum booster. Of course, remember, Mark and Amari Williams will collide for the Revolution Championship at the pay-per-view. And so far, to this point, these two have had quite a friendly relationship, to be fair. It's been a business relationship, but they haven't exactly turned on each other as we'd had expected. And Jackson Wagner, look at that. Ducks under the clothesline, though, does Mark. The referee got taken out as Mark Williams was on the swing back. Mark Williams never really been one to care about the safety of the referee or the safety of anybody in the ring. He's a dangerous, dangerous man, and that's why I question Amari Williams' tactics of choosing him over Johnny Black. Was he really the better choice to deal with in a championship opportunity? I honestly don't know. But right now, Mark Williams having a struggle here against Jackson Wagner. Oh, and he flipped the wrong way there, I tell you that much. Big impact landing. Oh, look at Wagner now. Wearing away on the hand there. I wasn't sure what he was doing. Almost looked like he was biting it. The referee saw nothing sinister in it. The referee continues, and now look at this. Lifting up the arm here. And Wagner showing off the pure strength that I was talking about earlier. Traditional fighter in every sense of the word is the German Jackson Wagner. Continuing to exert himself here. Fantastic counter though by Mark Williams. We know how dangerous Mark Williams can be. There's a reason he's a hitman for hire. He's a former government contracted hitman, which means he's done stuff for the government that, well, we can only imagine. We have no idea what he's done, but he's made it very clear that he enjoyed doing it. But now taking his skills into the wrestling ring, and he's earned himself an opportunity to become the champion at risk and reward. He's had to go for a lot to get this opportunity. It wasn't as simple as the contract that he signed with Amari Williams. No, he had to earn it. The general manager put him through his paces to get this opportunity, and now Mark Williams is a few days away from getting that opportunity at risk and reward. As confident as he is, though, as we saw in that interview, as we caught up with him a little while ago, you have to be careful. because Amari Williams, as he has proven with Mark Williams, always has a trick up his sleeve. So Mark Williams must be cautious. Can't go into that match thinking it's going to be an easy breeze, since he's had to do all the heavy lifting. And now look at this, Jackson Wagner with a beautiful neck breaker. He's a very fantastic grappleist. Jackson Wagner hasn't done much since his return, but he has been a fantastic fighter. We know how capable he is as a fighter. And now look at this, lining up for a big running enziguri here. Mark Williams in trouble. There's the enziguri. Connects perfectly in the middle of the ring. And Jackson Wagner playing to the crowd. Bit of a mixed reaction there. But Mark Williams straight back to his feet though, trying to fight it off. And Jackson Wagner gets caught taunting for the second. And he might be made to pay for that. Look at Mark Williams now. Oh, look at this. Oh, and shades of Liam Connors there with that massive shoulder tackle. And Mark Williams showing off a bit of strength as well. He's not exactly a light man himself. Not in terms of weight, but in terms of how much power he possesses. He's not exactly short of it. And now look at this. Lift him up. Oh, and an end of heartbreak there. With that backbreaker to the back, obviously. To Jackson Wagner. Wagner trying to fight it off, though. Showing his raw strength here once again. Just lifting him up by the arm. Oh, and following through by twisting that arm. A lot of targeting on that arm tonight so far from Wagner. Maybe a plan for that later on. Wagner now has him in the corner, and that's a bad spot to be, but Mark Williams well escaped. And gets behind, and oh! What a move! Drops him down onto the knee. And look at him, he's stunned. And now Mark Williams can capitalize with that backbreaker again. And he's going to go straight into the cover here. The vicious knees of Mark Williams has not done enough just yet to get rid of Jackson Wagner. Very nicely done so far, but Wagner is in trouble. And it looks like Mark Williams is ready to put him away. Ready to put him to sleep here. Can he cinch in that submission hold? He can. The sleeper hold's applied again. And it's a quick tap out. He didn't want to pass out, Wagner. Mark Williams gets the job done. Another one bites the dust. Mark Williams once again has done the job. Jackson Wagner put up a fight, and a big fight as well. But there was the double knees from earlier. But this was the turning point here. From that massive knee, he was stunned. And that was when Mark Williams was able to take advantage. And there was no way back from there, especially when the submission hold was cinched in. Mark Williams. Job done. Oh, but look at this. Amari. Now these two showed respect to each other last week. But it doesn't look like Amari Williams is going to show him the same courtesy. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because Mark Williams showed him the respect, but Amari Williams will do whatever he has to retain the championship. He's proven that, but he might have bitten off more than he can chew here. And a full head of steam. Mark Williams now taking out the champion. And Amari Williams might just be regretting his choices right now. And Mark Williams sending him a reminder that you chose the wrong person to deal with here. And at Risk and Reward, we'll see these two collide. But is this the scene that we are going to see at the pay-per-view? Oh, look at this! Went for the submission hold, but Amari counters it into a Heartstopper. Very nicely done there by Amari, who stands over his challenger at the pay-per-view. And we'll have to see how these two do at the pay-per-view. It's going to be one hell of a contest. Amari Williams sends the message to him here tonight. And will these two conclude their conflict at the pay-per-view? It was a business relationship, but Amari Williams making it clear that that relationship has gone out the window when that bell rings. I can't wait to see how this one ends at Risk and Reward. It's going to be one hell of a show. But let's move on to tonight's main event. And for tonight's main event, the final matchup before the Risk and Reward pay-per-view for the Revolution Superstars. It is six-man tag team action. Well, I'll say six-person tag team action, because here comes Little Miss Lightning in the Bottle, Cody, Hale, who of course requested some revenge on Mutually Assured Destruction for what they did a few weeks ago. Ricci just asked for the same, so Franco, the Madman Ricci, Cody Hale, and Zaza will all team up against Mutually Assured Destruction and Red here tonight. It's going to be one tough match. Remember, these are 6 of the 8 people who will be participating in the Risk and Reward ladder match. They're the Feast of Fire style match up there, and the contract is on the line for a title match, or several title matches, but also to be terminated. A big risk, but a huge reward for anyone involved. But Cody Hale, she's been asking for revenge here tonight. Will she be able to find it, and also build herself some momentum heading into the pay-per-view against Mutually Assured Destruction? Well, Cody Hale's partner tonight, someone who initially doubted her, to say the safe way, but then when he stepped into the ring with her, she earned his respect. Zaza teaming with her tonight, taking on the man who ambushed her last week. Of course, Cody Hale made it clear she wanted to be treated as an equal in this match. She wanted to be a part of this match as if she was a male competitor, and it seemed like Mutually Assured Destruction gave her that same treatment. But tonight Zaza is here again, and she's ready to help. Zaza had a huge opportunity at this Feast of Fire ladder match. We'll have to wait and see if he can capitalize on it. Remember, it's not going to be like your traditional Feast of Fire match. It's going to have a WIW spin on it. But a big opportunity for 4 of these 8 people to step in and take the opportunity that presents itself. Remember, there are only 6 people that we know of entering so far. We'll find out who the last one is, the last 2 are, at the pay-per-view. Well, tonight they'll be teaming with this man, Franco, the Madman Ricci, who doesn't exactly play well with others, but he has proven that he can cooperate with people if it benefits him, as he showed with Red a few weeks ago as he took on Mutually Assured Destruction. But last week, Red faced Ricci one-on-one and Ricci lost, but Ricci was beaten down afterwards by Red, and that's exactly why Red is on the other side tonight. As much as I'm sure he didn't want to work with Mutually Assured Destruction, he wanted to make it clear that he has no need for friends in a match like this. He wants to win a briefcase, he wants to win a championship opportunity, or something along the lines. Remember, these are what is in the 4 briefcases. A shot at the Revolution Championship, a guaranteed championship match, a shot at the Tag Team Championships, a call up to the main roster for the pay-per-view to be a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match at the Uprising pay-per-view. That does not mean you're getting called up. It just means you're going to be called up for that one night. But if you win the briefcase, that's pretty much your guarantee to the main roster just there, should you cash in correctly. And the other briefcase, of course, is a contract termination notice, firing the holder of that briefcase and kicking them out of WIW for good. Huge risk and reward there, of course. And the overriding theme of this pay-per-view, it's going to be huge, but we'll see if they can capitalize. Well, these 3 teaming together tonight, we'll see how they can cope against this team. And it looks like Red is going to be the first person to make his way down to the ring for his team. Red, of course, showing a much darker side than perhaps we were maybe expecting, or maybe we should have expected it from Red. I mean, look at him. But Red, he seemed like he wanted to do this fairly, he wanted to earn it, but then, I mean, he's shown himself in the ring in the opportunities he's had, but Red has definitely shown a darker side in the Survivor of Realms, as he calls himself, showing that he doesn't need friends, he doesn't need allies, he needs an opportunity to show himself, and a ref to count the pin, I guess, or in the comes to the case of the pay-per-view, a man to cash in the ladder contract that he'll be hoping to grab. Note worth saying that all those accomplishments for the briefcase, you know, the championship matches or the call up to the Money in the Bank, that will apply to the women's match as well for Cody Hale. So everything for her will be inverted if it was the women's bracket. So she will be facing for an opportunity at the women's championship. If she gets the tag team championship, I have no idea what happens then. We'll have to figure that out. But if she gets called up for the Money in the Bank ladder match on the main roster, she will be competing in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And that could mean good for the men, it could mean good for the women, depending on how that one goes. We'll have to wait and see how that one goes. But next down to the ring, Duke the Nuke Rage and Hank the Tank Pain, mutually assured destruction. They haven't been fantastic in the ring, but what they have been fantastic at is getting themselves the upper hand. They have beaten down on pretty much everybody in this ring so far to give themselves the edge heading into Risk and Reward. And you've got to imagine they have the mental advantage coming into it. And they have the man advantage. Remember, the fact that they are working together in this match means that they have a 2 out of 8 chance of winning the matchup. So they have a quarter of a chance of winning the match where everybody else is stuck with an 1/8. And that, of course, is simple mathematics there. And you know that these guys are going to be begging for this opportunity to grab maybe the tag team title. I'd love to see what would happen if they grabbed the world title opportunity. I have no idea. Cody Hale, interestingly enough, starting this one off. And Red showing no hesitation as he starts this one off for his team. And Cody Hale, she wanted to prove that she was ready to take on anyone. And that means anyone. And she's proving it again here tonight by stepping up in this tag match. And again showing it at the pay-per-view. Oh, look at that. Nice bit of strength there. Went for another Hurricane Rana. She countered it into a powerbomb. And Cody Hale, Little Miss Lightning in a bottle, has shown herself to be a fantastic fighter. She knocked off Zaza last week. And now this week, looking to get the upper hand on Mutually Assured Destruction, the team who took her out. And I'm sure she'd love to get in the ring with one of them, especially after the ambush. But Cody Hale, after a strong start here, she's going to keep herself fresh. In comes Zaza. And Zaza, he hasn't looked too impressive so far just yet. Only had a handful of matches here in WIW. He's looked great in the ring, but he's not quite got the results that he's looking for. But we see there, he has the capabilities to pull off these wins. It's a matter of time for Zaza, you've got to imagine, but he's got to find that momentum booster. And look at that. Oh, look at that. A pop-up power slam as Red ran right into the path of that one. What a move by Zaza. And Red, not in a good shape to start this one off. Needs to make a tag, though. Went for the reach to try and tag in Duke the Nuke, but instead Zaza keeping him in the ring. And right now, Hale, Zaza, and Ricci doing a great job of isolating Red and making him fight hard in this matchup. Red now into a collar and elbow tie-up there. And look at what he's turned it into. Oh, into a massive shoulder breaker. And wisely tags out. In comes Duke Rage. And Mutually Assured Destruction, as I say, haven't done great in terms of in-ring victories, but they have done a great job of taking out their opponents. Zaza pretty much the only one who hasn't been ambushed by them, but that was because, of course, he lost last week to Cody Hale. He was already beaten down. He didn't really need much more. A beautiful little stop to the arm there, but Mutually Assured Destruction, they believe they're an amazing team. They've talked a lot about how good they are and the potential that they have. But they need to show themselves at this pay-per-view. They need to make it clear that they can do it. Look at that. Was trying to tag Ricci. Rage tried to stop it. But Zaza would have countered. Maybe it was a bait. Just to try and lure him back in. And now look at this. Getting him up on the shoulders here. Dangerous position to be in for Zaza. As he spun out into a cutter. And looking to crawl and make the tag. And he gets it. In comes for the first time Franco Ricci, who lands a big knee. The Italian flying straight in there, went for a clothesline, but he is caught. Oh, and into a nice little tiger bomb almost by Rage. And Rage and Pain will be looking to bring just that to the Risk and Reward match. Back in comes Red. And look at this, nice little bit of teamwork here. Oh, and a nice little neck breaker. And Franco, the Madman Ricci, and Red, the first two men who entered this matchup at the Risk and Reward. They were the very first people to initiate themselves into the match. Sunset Flip trying to steal the cover here on Franco if he can get it. Oh, but Franco now flipping the cover. We've already seen this work once tonight, but it's only a 2 count. And Ricci and Red, at first I thought these two were people that could trust each other, but Ricci found out the hard way that he is not interested in making friends, and right now going to punish Red for it. And oh, there's a super kick. A nice little taste of revenge for a few weeks ago and into the cover. But Duke the Nuke Rage quick to make the save. And right now Zaza trying to help out the legal man, but it's not to any avail. Rage dealing with him. The referee trying to stop him and get him out the ring. Meanwhile, on the other side, look at this. Beautiful move by Ricci. Straight into the cover. The referee's not paying any attention though. Rage! I don't think he's paying any attention either! Oh, but it didn't matter! Red, luckily, gets the kick out on his own, but mutually assured destruction. So preoccupied that they didn't even notice the pin occurring, and now a submission. Red in a very bad spot as Ricci is making him pay from the ambush from a week ago. Or 2 weeks ago, I think it might have been now. But now Red trying to fight off. Red has not looked too impressive in this match. He's really struggled to deal with the offense and now needs to tag out. But look at this. Still going to try and stay on top of the situation with another Hurricane Rana. And the survivor of Realms needs to concentrate on just surviving in this matchup. And that's exactly what he does as he tags in. Rage one more time. Ducks under the clothesline. But still gets hit with it anyway. Rage trying to stay on top of Ricci. But Ricci has shown himself to be a fantastic fighter and he's not staying down. Pele kick to the arm. Off the arm wrench as well. Rage, look at this, just overpowering him again. Trying to get him up, but look at that, Ricci. Another counter. Ricci's done well here. Is he going to make a tag? He is. Cody Hale, you know she's been waiting for revenge after the ambush last time out by mutually assured destruction. Now she's going to get it. And Duke the Nuke Rage is down, but he's not out of it just yet. Look at that arm drag. Almost effortless. Of course, the lightest, one of the lightest people that he'll ever have to face. And is he going to make a tag now? Sending her into the corner. No, she wants to him in the ring right now. And planting him down. Very nicely done. Is he going to find the tag? No, he does. And in comes Hank the Tank Payne. Oh, and a big clothesline. And Hale leaned right into that one. Gets one more as well. Oh, but she counters the third with an arm drag. She ain't going away just yet, Cody Hale. Little Miss Lightning in a bottle. Showing all the ambition in the world to try and keep herself alive in this contest. But right now, dealing with the pain that mutually assured destruction bring. She's already felt it firsthand. And it's not exactly got easier for her since. It's a lot of power and height and strength that she had to overcome. But right now, she is doing just that. There's the DDT. Is she going to tag out now? I think she is. Yeah, that might have been the best decision for her. Ricci comes back in. Oh, what a terrific main event we are seeing right here. Oh, no! Ricci went for the dive, but punched in midair to be thrown off course by Red. And Red really has been taking the cheap shots at Ricci. And at first I thought these two were going to form a little bit of a friendship, a bit of a mutual trust. An ally that you could have had for the pay-per-view. Didn't turn out that way. Big detonation kick there by Ricci. And now Ricci, look at this. Beautiful standing moonsault. And now straight to the top. Maybe now looking for a finishing touch, but no! Thrown off the top by Red. And this almost could count as a cover, but that arm, you can see he's not quite hooking him down. Flips out of it anyway. And now might want to crawl and make a tag. Red keeping his team alive here for the moment. The mutually assured destruction are definitely causing some destruction here, but Ricci doing a great job of staying in control for the moment. Trying to set him up, maybe. Falcon Arrow, very nicely done. Franco in control right now. Red trying to save his team where he can, but Red has not done a great job of helping him in the ring. There's only so much you can do. The spin-out cutter there. And now Ricci looking for a finishing touch, maybe, to put away mutually assured destruction. There it is again. Plants him down. The referee making sure that no one is darting into this ring to make the save. Ricci into the cover. And no! A kick out at 2. We knew that Payne was the most fresh man out of the 3 for Red and mutually assured destruction. Trying to make a tag now. Couldn't, and instead gets hit with a running bulldog. You've got to imagine one more finishing blow could do it. Oh, look at this. What a flip out here. And into a submission hold. Into a sharpshooter. Dangerous spot now for Ricci. He's close to the ropes, but not close enough to make it. Ricci in trouble. Oh, but he's released it. Maybe he sensed that they wasn't getting the job done. Releases the hold, but Payne. Opportunity here in an opening to get rid of Ricci, maybe. And now what's he doing? Tosses him out. What's this here? Look at this. Red and Payne clearing the way. Oh, look at this. Oh! And the big man with an DDT through the ring post. What a move. And you wouldn't expect to see it from someone of his stature. Amazing work there. And right now, a great job of getting back in this fight. Look at this once again. The cheap shots coming in from Red. Red really has turned on Ricci. And considering that he was working against mutually assured destruction to begin with and helping out Ricci, it doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Ricci now getting beaten down by him. And now Ricci, who's dragged back in the ring, has space to make the tag. I think Payne's not going to want it, but he gets it anyway. Back in comes Zaza. And can he explode in? Yes, he can. Big kick there. Taking him down, but not keeping him down. Hooking him there with the clothesline, and one more time for good measure. Zaza re-exploding into the match. Oh, and they tried to get that tag as well. They couldn't. And now Zaza, look at this. While he's down, ankle lock in the middle of the ring, and he cinches it in as well. The ankle lock. Zaza. He has got him in the ankle lock. He's trying to crawl to make a tag or something. Or maybe reach a rope, I don't know, but he can't get there. Zaza had the ankle cinch in. Then he held it in for long enough to make sure he got the job done, and now playing to the crowd. Much to the crowd's pleasure. And Zaza now, maybe with a way to put this one away, to put this match to sleep. Zaza, what's he thinking? Package pile driver, beautifully planted. Head first, straight into the cover. Who's going to make the save? It looks like they are. It looks like Rage did. And now look at this. Getting taken out here. Down by Cody Hale, and Zaza trying to fight off Payne. Oh, look at that. What a save by Hale. Hale makes the save. But look at Red. Red calling for the tag now. And he gets it. And right now, Cody Hale taking out one of the men who took her out last week. Cody Hale proving that she ain't backing down from anyone, especially people who try to cheap shot her. Zaza now left alone in the ring with Red. Ricci is there as a tag option, but he doesn't look in the best of shape. He is going to be tagged in, though. Ricci and Red, these two built up animosity, but look at this. Maybe going straight for the finishing touch to the top with an elbow drop. Elbow drop right to the heart. And Ricci, I thought for a second was down and he wasn't ready to come back in, but once again just re-explodes into the match. Literally from out of nowhere. And right now, this match has definitely kicked up the levels here in the crowd. The crowd are going nuts for this matchup. We're sensing that we're close to an ending. We just haven't found it yet. Both teams keeping the legal men alive, but only just, it has to be said. And now to the corner, might make the tag. Couldn't get it, Red refusing to let him out of here. And now, oh, just drilling down the knee and into a suplex as well. And now going to make a tag maybe. He is. Out he comes. And Payne, not interested in coming back in just yet, so Duke Rage comes in. Duke the Nuke, as he calls himself. Definitely has the devastating power that he is showing right now. Right on cue. And Rage continuing now to work away here on Ricci. Can't give him any space. Trying to get the tag is Cody Hale. Trying to reach out for the tag. Ricci definitely needs one. But he isn't going to get it there. And now a tag in the opposite corner, and this could be dangerous here. Look at this. The teamwork now from mutually assured destruction. Power slam to Franco Ricci, and that gets the job done. Red and mutually assured destruction pick up the win, giving them the momentum heading into the pay-per-view. And a much-needed win as well. Hale, Zaza, and Ricci. They fought hard, and for long periods of that match, I thought they were definitely walking out the winners. But Ricci bit off more than he could chew, stayed in the ring for too long after taking too much punishment. A mutually assured destruction get their first win in the tag as a tag team, and Red helps them with it. Red played a big part in that one, definitely helping mutually assured destruction as much as he could. And considering at first these were the first people that he ambushed, well, they seem to work together well tonight, that's for sure. And it is a big momentum booster to the pay-per-view. Oh, wait a minute, look at this! Oh, I knew that trust wouldn't last very long. Taking out Red as well. Well, they've won the match, but they want to make it clear they're not interested in any friends. They are here to take out everyone and win themselves an opportunity, a title, or a Money in the Bank briefcase or something. They're here to dominate, and they're here to do that again right now, sending the message to Red. He should have learned not to trust him from a few weeks ago. And that's what you get for trusting mutually assured destruction. But it doesn't look like it's ending there. The same move that put this one to bed. He's going to put down Red. A massive power slam. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, not again. There's no need again. Look at this. Just absolute ambush on Red. And that's what you get for dancing with the devil and just continuing to beat down on him now. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mutually assured destruction, stamping down their authority in this matchup, making it clear that when it comes to the Feast of Fire ladder match, they are going to walk out with the win, and they don't care what they have to do or who they have to hurt to get that massive victory. Will they be able to do it? Will they get themselves a title opportunity? Only time will tell. But that is going to conclude this Go Home show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. It was so great to be back. Love you all. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.